Cinderella. Once upon a time, in a bright and bustling town, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Ella. Her laughter was as light as a feather, and her smile could brighten even the cloudiest day. Ella lived in a small, cosy house at the edge of the woods, where she spent her days helping her father tend the garden and reading stories to the birds that perched on her windowsill. But one chilly winter evening, everything changed. Ella's father married a woman who brought with her 2 daughters. While Ella welcomed them with open arms, hoping for new friends, the stepmother and her daughters saw only opportunities for themselves. They envied Ella's kindness and the warmth she brought to the house. Soon, Ella found herself doing all the chores, sweeping the floors, washing the curtains, and cleaning the fireplaces until her cheeks were smudged with ashes. The stepsisters, who never lifted a finger, began calling her Cinderella because of the cinders that clung to her clothes. Yet Cinderella never let their cruelty dim her spirit. She sang as she worked, and the birds and mice became her loyal companions. They would listen to her stories, and sometimes the cleverest mouse would sneak pieces of cheese from the kitchen just to make her smile. One day, a royal messenger arrived in the town square. The king and queen were hosting a grand ball at the palace. It was a celebration of their son, Prince Rowan, who had just returned from exploring faraway lands. Every young person in the land was invited, for the prince hoped to make new friends and hear stories from across the kingdom. Cinderella's heart fluttered with excitement. She dreamed of wearing a beautiful dress and dancing beneath the sparkling chandeliers. When she shared her dream with her stepmother, a cold laugh echoed through the house. "Only those with fine clothes may attend," the stepmother sneered, and she locked away all the beautiful gowns that had belonged to Cinderella's mother. But Cinderella's friends would not let her lose hope. The mice and birds huddled together, devising a plan. They snuck into the attic, gathering bits of ribbon, lace, and a few shimmering beads that had rolled under the bed long ago. Stitch by stitch, feather by feather, they crafted a dress as lovely as a morning sunrise. On the night of the ball, Cinderella slipped into her new dress, her heart pounding with joy. But just as she was about to leave, her stepmother and stepsisters tore the dress to shreds. Tears stung Cinderella's eyes as she watched her dream unravel before her. In the quiet garden, as the moon cast gentle shadows, a warm light filled the air. From the glow stepped a gentle figure, a fairy godmother, with twinkling eyes and a voice as soft as a lullaby. She saw Cinderella's kindness and bravery, and with a wave of her wand, transformed her rags into a gown of silver and blue. Glass slippers sparkled at her feet, and a pumpkin became a golden carriage, ready to whisk her away. At the palace, Prince Rowan noticed Cinderella's kindness as she listened to the stories of others, her laughter ringing like music. They danced and shared tales of adventure and hope. But when the clock struck midnight, Cinderella hurried away, leaving behind one sparkling slipper. The next day, the prince searched the town, determined to find the girl whose spirit had touched his heart. When he arrived at Cinderella's house, the slipper fit her perfectly. The prince and Cinderella became dear friends, sharing stories and adventures, and welcoming everyone, no matter how dusty their shoes or how gentle their hearts. And so, Cinderella's kindness changed not just her own life, but the whole kingdom, reminding everyone that true magic comes from hope, friendship, and a heart full of dreams.